Howdy.
Oh, look, there we go. I think I figured it out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, and your mouth is like moving, so that's awesome.
Yeah, so's yours.
Okay,
Okay,
perfect.
well, this is
So,
the first time we've done this. Let me just
yeah,
change the
so
title. But
yeah, welcome everyone. If anyone ever watches, even if not, that's okay. This is just for fun anyway, so yeah, hopefully, I wonder if this gets recorded and if we can like look back on it later and see
I,
if we can improve anything
I
or
think so, yeah.
okay, cool. Good to know. Because who knows, we could probably do this again another time because
Okay.
uh, this is our first time doing it. So yeah, let's get right into it. What do you think?
You still there?
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm here.
Well,
I think you got cut off
okay.
there. Um, I was just saying, oh, hello? Oh, we keep getting disconnected. It says reconnecting with Clocheebs, you can still continue talking to your listeners.
I can still hear
Um,
you, so.
Oh, well, to me it was like you were getting disconnected, but I could talk to the listeners anyways.
Yeah, but I think
Um,
okay.
okay, I think we're okay now. So, why don't we just get right into it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right. So, we're going to be answering 50 questions from levelskip.com about video games in general. I guess one question I wanted to ask, something we can talk about is why do we game? What is it about video games that attracts us to it? And, you know, why is it such not even like a pastime, but it's honestly like a really important thing in a lot of people's lives. So, I'll hand it off to you if you want to go, or I can answer.
Jeez, we're getting philosophical already. Um, I think it for me anyway. It's a nice just kind of escape
Hmm.
from like especially in the world we're in right now with everything going on. It's definitely a good way to just get away from that for a bit and just involve yourself in a different world, whether it's like shooting bad guys or digging up fossils in Animal Crossing,
Right. No, absolutely. No, that's a really good answer. And, I'm kind of the same way, like, especially with the world we live in, like you said. Yeah, it's just an escape from reality for me, you know. Like a lot of times growing up, I'm sure a lot of people can relate. When you're a kid, you had nothing but time on your hands, so you spend most of it playing games. Now that, you're transitioning to adulthood, you're trying to find the time to play games. So it's a lot more special to play games when you can now because you don't have as much time, right? So
yeah.
I feel like you take it for granted as a kid, and that's not a knock. It is what it is. Um, but yeah, no, I'm with you. I play it same reason to get an escape, and especially if I'm doing either co-op or online games to just get that social interaction that you're not necessarily getting these days.
Yeah.
That's for me, anyways. Okay, so let's start with the first question of the list. So again, this list is provided by levelskip.com. You can go check them out. First question is pretty simple. What's your favorite game of all time? I'll let you go first.
Oh boy. Um Overall, I'd have to say right now Animal Crossing New Horizons,
Hmm.
because I've had experience with the series of Animal Crossing games in the past, and it's just all kind of culminated in this, really good video
Right.
game that I think they've really improved on a lot of things. Like now you can decorate your island when you couldn't do that before. Things like that. I think that's just really quite cool. So I'd say that's my favorite game.
That's awesome. It's like Animal Crossing's been a series that's been around for since the GameCube era, if not, I think GameCube was the first console it came out on. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Um, I think it was, yeah, but don't
I
quote me
think
on
oh, we
that.
can someone can fact check us another time. But
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think you know, having all those improvements and finding what people love and what people don't like as much. And it's a very community, especially with, like you said, with New Horizons, I've noticed that it's a very community-driven game. You know, Nintendo doesn't necessarily reject any idea, more like, okay, how can we implement your ideas? And it's like a live service right now, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
For me, um, it's the first M-rated game my parents bought me. I'm going with Resident Evil 4. There's been a few contenders that have challenged this title recently. Most recently, God of War on PS4. I just played through that game, and oh my God, like I'm not playing the recency bias, but that game, that was knocking on the door on my favorite game of all time. But I gotta go with Resident Evil 4. To me, it's the atmosphere, that gripping atmosphere. It's unmatched in my opinion. You know, when you play a game and you just can't forget about it, this is what I felt with Resident Evil. You know, I could not wait. I was literally anxious to like find out what happens next and to play it. And it was like my first experience with a real horror game, and I thought it wasn't too scary because I was a little young when I got it, so it wasn't like overly scary, but it was a great introduction, and it was really violent, and it's just really fun. It's not a story-driven game by any means, but the gameplay is just so fun and so addictive. Um, I have it on as many consoles as possible. Like I have it on the PS2, I have it on the PS4, I've got it on the Wii. When I had a GameCube, I had it on GameCube. When I had a PS3, I had it on PS3. Like I have it on everything. I even have it on my PC.
Jeez.
So, yeah, I love that game. Okay. Anything else or move on?
No, I think we can go to the next question.
Okay, I'll start with the next question. What's a game you thought you'd like but you actually hated? I'll go first. You know, I love Mario. Mario is definitely a series that you can't go wrong with, but you know Mario Bros. The Lost Levels.
Um, I don't think so.
Have you have you heard of it? Well, the backstory for that is that's unofficial. Well, it's officially Super Mario Brothers 2, but it was only released in Japan at the time when it first got released because it was too hard for the North American public and basically outside of Japan. The first time this game made its release was on Super Mario All-Stars on the Super Nintendo, um, released under Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels. And yeah, this game is. I thought it'd be a good, fun challenge to try and do, but this game is way too hard. It's too brutal, and I hate it. This kind of aligns with Dark Souls, is a game that I've tried to play, but I do not enjoy like these super unforgiving hard games that just punish you for not, I don't want to say being skilled enough, but just for not being good enough, honestly. Like I feel like
Yeah.
there needs to be a learning curve, and I feel like those types of games don't really allow it. But Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels um is my pick. I'd like to do a quick shout out to Danny Cooper who just started listening. Danny Cooper. Oh, he just left, but he was listening. He
Just
was
listening for a
listening,
bit
so
there.
that's okay. Well, thank you, Danny, for checking us out, and we hope you join us again soon. Do you have any answer for that one, or what do you think?
Um, I honestly don't think so. Because generally, any game that, you know, I get, I, do a bit of research on just to make sure that it's definitely something I'd enjoy.
Absolutely. You don't want to, I mean, especially nowadays with, I mean, for those of you who don't live in Canada, I think it's still like $60 new in the United States, but in Canada, games are $80 brand new most of the time, and
Yeah.
that's too much to be asking for on a hope that a game might be good. So,
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you do your due diligence? And you're reviewing a product and you want to see if it's worth your time and worth your money. So that's totally fair.
Yeah.
I guess that game I got mainly before I was like into YouTube and stuff. I was a little bit younger, so I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, might be good. And then
Was
yeah,
not.
it was not. Okay, number question three. What's a really popular game everyone seems to love but you don't like? Do you want to answer that or do you want me to start?
You can start because I don't know if I have an answer for this one as well.
No, that's okay. I mean, these are some pretty hard questions. I feel like a lot of them you need to either prepare or like you mentally prepare for, so they're not always overly easy to answer. But for me, it's League of Legends. I tried for a good solid 6 months to a year to try and get into it. One of my buddies recommended it, and I'm not a fan. I don't mind watching like the esports and stuff and watching the competitive ness of it, but it's not for me. I don't really enjoy playing it very much. I still have it on my computer, but I don't play it. So yeah, that's a popular game that I don't enjoy playing as much.
Okay.
Um, okay. Let's move on to the next question. What's a game you didn't expect to enjoy but ended up liking? Do you have anything for this one?
I would say probably, and this is probably a very weird one, but just basically any of the NHL games
Hmm.
because
Okay.
like my brother used to play them a lot when I was younger, and I'd usually, be on his team and all of that, and
Mm-hmm.
or generally all I would do was be body checking people, but I really
You,
enjoyed that, so.
did you ever do the glitch where the gates open and you body check someone to the gate and they go flying into the stands?
I don't think so. I don't think we ran into that many glitches on the games that we got, but you probably already know. You know my brother. He usually likes
Yeah.
playing those sorts of games. I think didn't you play a game against him once?
Yeah, he actually did really well. He kicked my butt actually.
Yes,
And
he did. That was
I'll
quite funny.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I was not going easy. I was trying really hard, and I was very impressed with the way he was playing. So, good on you, Clocheebs brother. Uh, I'm sure first names might not be so bad, but for the sake of keeping everything anonymous, um, no, he kicked my butt on that. Um, a game I didn't expect to. I actually, this is one of the few I left blank. I would honestly, actually, okay, here's one. Pretty much any deer hunting game on the PlayStation 2. I honestly, my cousin let me his copy of Cabela's Deer Hunt 2004, and I was really like, okay, I don't think I'm gonna enjoy this. I was like 7 or 8 years old at the time. I friggin' loved it. It's one of my sleeper hits on my PS2. Um, you boot it up. It's one of those games you boot up once in a while, and it's like you get a lot of good feels, that
Hmm.
come back to you. And yeah, that's one that I would definitely say is I wasn't overly anticipating liking. Um, because I guess in my mind I wasn't like into killing animals, but now it's like I don't really care. It's a video game, whatever,
Yeah.
you know. Um, Okay, next one. What game have you spent the most hours on? I have a couple picks, because I don't have a way to calculate it officially. I mean, if we were going by official records right now, I would say Borderlands 2 on Steam. I think I have about 30 plus hours logged right now. But like going by memory and honest opinion, I would say either Mario Kart Wii or Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Um, Mario Kart Wii, I think, might top it though, because like I played that game nonstop when I got it for about, I want to say maybe 5 years
Gee.
after, like nonstop. This was the game. My uncle had it. We could play online together. This was one of my first introductions to like gaming online. So you can imagine my mind is racing. No pun intended. But no, it was a really amazing game. Mario Kart Wii. I would highly recommend anyone who has a Wii go get it. I think it still holds its value. Like it's like probably 50, $60, but I still think it's worth the money. And Black Ops 2, this was the first COD that I actually like owned. You know, I wasn't going over to my friend's house to play it. This was one I actually physically owned. And yeah, I played the crap out of that when it was alive and kicking. Like I would stay. It was those games you'd stay up all night playing, and you know when my mom caught me, it was hell on earth, but worth it.
Yeah.
Worth it. So those would be
Yes.
my two picks, right? What about you?
uh, it's hard to tell. Again, I don't really have numbers,
Hmm.
but I'd say probably a cross between like Animal Crossing, especially the new ones, and Borderlands 2 as well.
Hmm. Yeah,
Really?
and Borderlands 2, you only got what?
I could just hear you gulping.
Oh, I got water. I'm thirsty, man. You got to slurp that water. Mm. And it's cool with Borderlands, you know, you haven't had that game for that long, so it's really interesting to hear you say how many hours you've logged into that.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Um, all right, next question. If you had to
Okay.
marry, oh, if you had to marry the last game character you played, who would it be? Do you want to start? This one's easy.
Oh, it would be Mario.
Ooh, hey, you
I
know
would
what?
have to become Princess Peach and marry Mario.
And get kidnapped.
Oh god, get kidnapped by Bowser.
Ouch. And then you have to have like kids, and then who knows what's going on at Bowser's castle, and yikes. I have an interesting one. Anakin Skywalker.
Oh really?
I would have to marry him because I was playing Battlefront, I don't know, whenever, and I was playing online with my buddy, and yeah, that was the character I was using that I can last remember. So, yeah, I would be marrying Anakin Skywalker. So, yeah, sorry, Pat, sorry, younglings.
Oh no, you gotta kill the younglings.
Yep, I'm an accomplice. I
Poor
guess this
younglings.
transitions nicely to our next segment, our next question. If you had to live in the world of the last game you played, what would it be? And for me, it's the Star Wars world.
Yeah, mine would be
Um,
Super Mario Galaxy.
Galaxy is so would be so cool because there's so many cool different planets and like
Yeah.
you know you're like floating around and stuff. Oh, we got a new listener. Thank you for listening. D
I
Demoy
don't know how
Yoga.
you're seeing all these people's names because even I can't see them.
It's beside the live button. Oh, we got two. Oh, thank you guys so much. Okay,
Oh yeah,
cool.
there we go.
All right, well, let's keep this
Don't
rolling.
scare people away. Come on, dude.
All right, let's keep the ball rolling here. We're answering video game questions online. And this is an interesting question. Question number 8. Have you ever had a crush on a video game character?
Oh
Honest
dear.
answer. Honest answer.
I don't know honestly. I never thought of video game characters like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's something. I mean, I think it's kind of something different between men and women, or at least boys and girls, because girls I don't think really fantasize about that. Versus,
No.
I do think boys can sometimes get a little carried away. And one of my video game crushes is gonna it's gonna sound weird, but it's got to be Princess
Okay.
Daisy. Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
you like that Princess Daisy?
Hey, I'm dropping the truth bomb, you know. I thought she was really cute. Like she wasn't like as she was more spunky, kind of tomboyish, and I appreciated that at the time when I was like younger. And it was weird. Because like I wasn't into Princess Peach as much. And Rosalina, I kind of got introduced to her after that phase. So yeah, Princess Daisy. That was my video game crush for a long time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, interesting one. Okay, next question. Question number 9. What's the first game you remember playing?
Ooh.
Do you want to go for that one, or
Yeah, I
do you
can
want me
go.
to? Go for it.
Playing. I think it would be.
Oh, we got a message. Here, hang on. We got a
Oh,
message.
okay.
Let's
Let's see.
let's play it.
Zelda, Princess Zelda's hot.
Princess Zelda's hot. My
Yeah,
guy.
I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, I can see where that
Yeah,
would come from.
yeah. I'm with him on that one. Like no cap, she's kind of hot. You know what? Like I said, I think that's kind of the difference between guys and girls. Like we can kind of jokingly fantasize about that, and like it's not so weird.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm with you, man. I think Zelda's hot as well.
yeah.
Um, all right. All right. I'll hand it back to you.
Okay, first game you ever remember playing for me? I think it would be, and this is going to date me as in my age, FIFA 2000
Wow.
on the
Okay.
PS2.
Interesting. Okay.
Um,
What an
I
interesting
don't know
introduction.
why, but I remember like the music for the like menu and stuff. I remember all of that, and it's very strange, but I think that's the thing I remember playing. But I actually watched my uncle play. I think Mario 64
Yeah.
and also Mario Kart 64 a
Yeah. Okay.
bunch. So I've also had experiences looking and seeing those types of games. So yeah, that's probably what I kind of started out as. I started video games from a very young age.
No, that's cool. Like to get that introduction, and those are some pretty decent games to get introduced to, especially Mario. And yeah, interesting that FIFA, but I guess that's not so surprising considering your heritage and your family's heritage, I guess.
Yeah, football,
Um,
you know. Woo.
yeah, football, yeah, in your country. Um, my first game I remember playing was Mario Party 2. I don't think I owned it, but all I remember was the cartridge had a picture of Mario in a cowboy hat. That's how I like attribute that to playing it for the first time. So Mario Party 2, I don't remember exactly what was going on, but I just remember playing that for the first time, and it's a really fun game. So I would yeah, that would be the game I could remember. Um,
Oh, okay.
Question number 10. Have you ever pretended to be sick or to get out of something so you could play a game? I'll be completely honest. I cannot think of a time where I remember doing that, although it does sound like something I would have done as a kid. I
I
mean,
wouldn't be
it w
surprised knowing you.
right? It wouldn't have been to get out of school. It wouldn't have been for school, but like to get out of like a family event or a family dinner, maybe to play a game, but not like to skip school or anything.
Yeah, I haven't either. You know,
Hmm
goody two shoes over here. Um, but I will
Yeah.
admit that recently, with the rise of doing online classes, I have definitely uh, looked at my Switch more than once while
hmm
in a class. I'm going to be
You
a
know what?
great teacher.
Hey, teaching people that it's okay to place the Switch. Hey, you gotta like that. No, that's fair, and I think as long as you know, I think it's okay to do it every once in a while, as long as you're not making a habit out of it. I honestly think it, just doing what makes you happy is
I mean, hey, if
all
it
that.
gives you a mental health break, then
Exactly,
go
right?
for
Why
it,
not?
really.
No,
Honestly, I think
100%.
we should be preaching more about how a lot of video games can help mental health. So there you
Yeah,
go.
like for real. Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm 100% with you on that.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. What game did you last complete? Do you want to take this one or do you want me to start?
I can take it because it's going to be a weird answer that no one actually would know. I haven't completed a game in quite a while now,
Hmm
but one of the games that I used to play on the PS2 was called The Dog Island,
Huh.
and
I'm gonna Google that one while you talk.
yeah, yeah, that's it's an old one, but I remember I never was able to finish it because I don't know, maybe I just wasn't good enough, maybe I was just a stupid kid, I don't know. But I never
Jeez.
finished it until I think like just over a year ago. And honestly, it was the most like excited I had been about a video game in a while because it was like it made my childhood. But
That's awesome.
I had finally finished it, and I felt so accomplished, and it was a big plot twist at the end as well, so I was very happy about
Okay.
that.
Interesting. That's weird that there's a plot twist in a game like that.
Yeah.
Well, and as we're transitioning, we got a
I have a
couple.
question. Do you guys prefer Xbox or PS?
Oh, Walt Dog, great question. Great question. You know what? That question is actually coming up
Okay, well, we can
in a
answer it
little.
now. We can
Yeah,
answer it
we can
now, and then
answer
we'll
it
skip
now.
it.
Sure.
We'll
Okay.
answer it now and skip it on our paper we have here.
I think we have the same answer here. It's PlayStation for me, only because I grew up playing with PlayStation. Nothing against Xbox, but if I had to pick, it's PlayStation, just for the fact that I grew up with it.
Yeah, I grew up with like PS2 for sure.
Hmm.
So I definitely lots more memories attached to that one. I haven't had a PlayStation other than the PS2, but I think just the nostalgic memories from it, from like childhood and everything, that
Yeah,
definitely influences my decision.
yeah, absolutely. Like I played my cousin's PlayStation 1 like religiously. I played Crash all the time. Um, PlayStation 2 I own. I own a PS3, I own a PS4. I want to get a PS5. Again, it's nothing to do with like I do like I all my respect to Master Chief and like Left 4 Dead, but you know, I'm a PlayStation guy. And we actually have another recording here if
Okay, you can play that quickly.
go
Do
for
you
it.
guys prefer Xbox or PlayStation?
Oh, it
Oh, we
was the
just
same. It
answered
was the
that.
same. It was the same question. I think he sent the same one twice. So yes,
Oh, that's all good.
PlayStation,
Yeah, there we go.
all good. Thank you. Keep bringing them in, guys. You know, we
Yeah,
appreciate it. And
if you have any questions you want to ask us, then we can, yeah, we'll
yeah,
stop
or
our
provide
little,
your own answer. Yeah, provide
yeah,
your own answer. We're open. Um,
yeah,
so for me, the last game I completed was God of War, as I mentioned. I haven't hundred
yeah.
like it depends. Like, because if you're talking about 100%ing a game, it'd be Far Cry 3 back in like 2014. But like if we're talking about just finishing the main story and doing the side quests later, for me it's God of War, PS4.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I remember you said you were really enjoying that one, so yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, no, I would definitely recommend anyone playing it to play it. Okay, next question. What game are you playing right now? Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's pretty simple. Nothing too crazy. I'm about 2 hours into that game, and I'm really enjoying it so far. Yeah, that's about it for that one. What about you?
I'm alternating between Animal Crossing New Horizons and Super Mario Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I've been playing recently. Sometimes I'll like play Animal Crossing for a bit, and then once I'm done on there, I'll switch over to Mario Galaxy and get through a few more levels. Jeez,
I
dude,
think the
that's a
night.
creaky chair.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm in a little bit of a creaky chair here. The nice thing about Animal Crossing is it's a continuating game. It's not necessarily a game that has an end. So I think that
Yeah,
that's really cool. Like that longevity, um, kind of keeps you hooked versus with Mario Galaxy, you have an end goal in mind. You know exactly what you're like working towards. So I think that's really
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Um, what game do I want to play next? Do you want to go or do you want me to?
Uh, Next, I would like to continue playing LA Noir on the Switch
Yes.
because I had it on the Xbox 360, loved it on there. Haven't finished the game yet, so no spoilers, please. But I I would like to keep playing that for sure.
All right. Okay, another message
Sorry to
here.
switch the subject from Mario Kart to COD, but what's your all-time favorite sniper slash marksman rifle slash quickscope gun in all COD?
That is
Well,
a
this is one
very
for you
interesting
because
question.
this is one
Yeah,
for you because
I'm
I
sure.
haven't played that much.
Clocheebs, would you like to answer?
Yeah,
Um,
no, I don't.
no,
I don't have as much experience with that.
right? No, I appreciate the question. I'm not a intense quick scoper, but I am a huge DSR 50 fan from Black Ops 2. Huge fan of that. Um, That's the first one that comes to my mind. I'm not into like the whole intervention thing with MW2 only because I wasn't around during its heyday. So yeah, I would say the DSR 50 from Black Ops 2 is my favorite quick scoping sniper. The SPR from Modern Warfare is a close second, but I enjoyed the DSR 50. So hopefully that answers your question. The Ballista is also a good one, but I'm a DSR 50. See what he
Mine's
replies with.
probably the SPR from New Modern Warfare.
Yeah, SPR is a good one. I think with like the shortened barrel, you can definitely get that quick aim down sight speed, and the addition of the tac laser I thought was really cool. So, and you don't even need to have a sniper scope. You can just put it on a red dot sight or just have nothing. It's really cool, especially with shipment. Oh, buddy, just quick scope for days. So I appreciate that one. Thank you for the question. Keep sending them in. Um,
Okay.
so the game I want to play next is Doom Eternal. I'm sure you've heard of that.
I've heard of that, yeah.
That's the meme where the where
It's
Animal
about
Crossing
all
and
in Doom
Doom,
die.
yeah,
Yeah,
they were
yeah. Those memes
teaming
are
up.
awesome.
Yes.
I like the
All
memes.
right. I like the memes too. Some of the artwork was really well done. Okay, I'm gonna play this clip.
I'm literally playing Shipment right now. I'm trying to get the blue reticle.
Oh man, keep going on it, man. Yeah, the blue reticle is probably my favorite of all the reticles for the reflex sights. So yeah, man, keep grinding. Let me know how it goes. Okay, next question. In your opinion, what's the best gaming console? I've got a little bit of an opinion on this one, so if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to take the lead.
Yeah, you can go.
I think right now, there's a few different directions you could take, but to me, I think the PlayStation 2, for two reasons. There's a mass variety of games, and it's really cheap. Like if you have $50, you could get a PlayStation with with two controllers and like a good amount of games for like $50. And that would set you up for like a good solid 6 months if you're like gaming on a budget. So that's why I think PlayStation 2 is the best gaming console right now. Obviously if you have more money to expend, like a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One X or anything like that, PS5, would definitely be something to invest in. But I would say people on a tight budget, I think PlayStation 2 is the way to go. The games for them are so cheap. And yeah, you can get another controller for cheap as well. No, I think I would go with PlayStation 2.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that one. I definitely think the PlayStation 2 is like, again, it might be the childhood like nostalgia bias talking, but I
It
definitely
could be,
think
yeah.
that it was a very strong console. And considering mine still works, I'm pretty glad about that.
The durability, I think it's got to be one of the most durable consoles because I've went through like three Wii's in my lifetime, and like had I kept my original PlayStation 2, it was still perfectly fine. Um, and yeah,
Yeah,
no, I'm with you on that one.
yeah,
I
mine's
think,
perfectly fine. It's hooked up to the
mhm.
TV in my room right now, so I could
There you
play it
go.
whenever I wanted to.
Yeah, exactly. I think for best overall experience, I'd go with the PlayStation 2, but like honestly, I think it just comes down to what games you want to play. Like if you want to play like Mario and stuff, I'd go say go with the Switch. Save your money, go for the Switch. But yeah, I think PlayStation 2 is the way to go. Okay, next question. Are PC gamers really superior to console gamers? Um, Short answer, no. Like if you're talking about how much money they have, then yes, because PC gamers have a lot of money, but other than that, honestly, no. We're all gamers. It's all a community, and I think we're all equal.
Yeah, I don't think there should really be much of a hierarchy. Like, sure, again, they might have loads of money, and you constantly hear about people like building their own PCs and stuff, and all
Hmm.
of that. And I don't get all of that, but like, I don't think it should be a hierarchy. Like I just said, it should be just we all just enjoy video games, like, just
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
there's people at my work who flex like, oh, they got the newest graphics card. And I mean, it's really cool, like if you're involved with that community, but I don't see it as, like you said, a hierarchy. So I would definitely say they're not superior. Although I respect everyone who games and who doesn't, I'm like we're all gamers.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I think everyone left at the perfect time because we're about to talk about a controversial-ish subject.
Oh,
Um,
good.
what's your opinion on Fortnite? Um,
I can go
uh,
first on this one if
sure,
you want.
go ahead. Yeah,
I think Fortnite could be a good game, but I think it was a victim to the hype.
yeah,
It really had a lot of pressure on it because of all of the hype, and I think due to the toxicity that generally
yes,
comes with something like that, it
yes,
probably ended up being more hated than it probably should have been. So I'd say just, I think it was just the hype killed it.
yeah, for sure. Because there was, like you said, there's a lot of pressure to be improved on, and like as each new season dropped, expectations were tempered, and like if you didn't like it, then it was kind of too bad. And I agree with you. I think the community definitely ruins the game for me. I don't personally enjoy it anyway, but like I don't think it's an overly terrible game by any stretch, but I wouldn't go out of my way to play it, and I
Yeah.
think the community definitely ruins the game for me. And that's okay because I just know, you know what, I'm just gonna play something else. As long if you like it, then all the power to you. Um, it's not the worst game I've ever played, but it's not my favorite game.
Mhm.
Have you ever question 17, have you ever watched a Twitch stream? Short answer, yes. Yes, I
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
I I mean, I won't go into too much detail. I think most of us have. So,
Yeah,
yes, we have.
most of us have probably at least like just clicked onto one, watched it for a bit, and then
Yeah. Like I said,
just
like I go yeah, like I go back to when I watch League of Legends tournaments, and I will watch them, but I don't necessarily watch them from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 18. And keeping in mind for everyone, we're answering 50 gaming questions. Question 18, have you streamed yourself on Twitch or YouTube? Again, short answer, no. No, I haven't.
No.
I've been involved with videos, but not streaming.
Yeah, I've been involved with videos as well. We've been involved in
Mhm.
the same videos.
Exactly. Yes, yes. Pushing buttons, go sub.
We haven't
Um,
really uploaded much, but
hey, we're all friendly people there. I say we like I'm actually like superly involved with the channel,
Oh no, you came
even though
onto
I'm
it late.
probably
I was there since the beginning.
yeah, I was probably in like 5 videos total. I mean, one of
You
them
were
I
in
had
the
to leave
Borderlands
halfway through.
ones. That's what
Yes.
counted. It was Borderlands 2.
hmm I was playing Borderlands 2, so boom. Okay. Question 19. Have you ever used a walkthrough? Again, short answer, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
And I will continue to use walkthroughs. I will try to do the game myself and try to do levels myself, but if I'm stuck, I have no shame in going and looking up a walkthrough.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely the same with me as well.
hmm Question 20. What's the best weapon you've ever used in a video game? I can start. I have a really interesting answer.
Okay.
Okay, so this is from Dead Rising 2. I don't know if you've ever played it. I'm guessing you haven't. It's
I
called a
haven't. No.
chainsaw paddle. It's called a chainsaw paddle, and it's
That sounds
exactly how it
intimidating.
sounds. Yes, basically, what you do is you attach chainsaws at the end of like a rowing paddle for like an oar, and then you just cut through zombies with it. Zzz, zzz, zzz.
Jeez.
Yeah, and in that game, it's like it's not a question of what can you use, it's what can't you use. I mean, you can pick up a soccer ball and kick it at a zombie. You can pick up a purse and smash it against zombies' heads. It's pretty funny. So, but yeah, the chainsaw paddle is a weapon that sticks out in my mind for sure.
Okay. Um, For me, it's kind of more of just like a type of weapon, you know. Have you played the pre-sequel, like the Borderlands pre-sequel?
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, so you know the laser
Mm-hmm.
ones that use those kind of laser things. Those ones are
Yep.
usually quite good. I quite enjoy using
Those are
those.
satisfying.
Yes, they're very satisfying.
Pretty much any laser gun that just kills people is satisfying. So I agree with you on that.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
Love it. Okay, next question for those of you. Remember, we are answering 50 questions. Question number 21. Have you ever stopped playing a game because it was too scary? Um, when I was younger, actually, the Cabela's game I was talking about earlier, the deer hunting game, I for some reason that game freaked me out as a kid. So yes, there was a time where I actually stopped playing it. But you know, as I grow up a bit, I embrace horror games. I love horror games. I think they're fun. I get the thrill of never knowing what to expect. So yes, to answer the question, yes, I have stopped because I was too scared, but
What
I
about the?
embrace it now.
I'm gonna bring this up, and you're gonna be humiliated. But what about the lava stuff in uh the Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban?
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't like that,
Well,
did you?
oh, I hated it. I kept playing though. I was scared of it, but
Okay.
I kept playing. Yeah. I mean, I would, because like you have to use the um snow spell to make a track
Yeah.
for you across the lava. But I would sit there for like a minute or two, hoping to God that it wouldn't go away. Um, it's funny you bring that up. Wow, you just unlocked some weird memories. But yeah, no, it was scary. Yes, I was scared, but in that situation, I didn't stop playing.
Okay.
Thankfully. That's funny you bring that up. What about you?
Uh, Let me think. Me and my friend were playing, I think it's called Slender the Arrival
Yep. Yep.
on my Switch a while ago.
Yep.
And first of all, we'd been drinking, so
Oh
that
yeah.
says
Yeah.
all. But also,
Mm-hmm.
it just we were running around like, where are these things we need? We need these things, and then we look and see Slender Man, and it's like, why are you here? Go away!
Because you
So
gotta
we
find the
stopped
eight
playing
pages, right?
after a while, but we're probably, if I ever get the chance to see her again, because all of the stuff going on.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we're probably going to play it again at some point. We watch horror movies a lot together, so
You're
we're
used to it.
definitely horror fans.
Yeah, I'm not funny enough, I'm not a huge horror fan in terms of movies, but gaming, I don't really mind it. So it's
Well, I'll
weird like
change that one day.
that. We'll see.
I'll make you
I
watch
liked
horror movies.
I liked it though, so I will say
Yeah.
that I liked it chapter one, so that was a good
Oh
movie.
yeah, great memories there.
Absolutely. Um,
Shifted on the bed and then broke it. Woohoo!
oh my God, yeah. We won't go there.
Yeah, I'm really gonna
Uh,
bring this stuff up, boy.
Jesus. No one else needs to know about this. Except for the world, apparently.
The entire world gets to know. There's nothing
Exactly.
private anymore.
Exactly, right? What is privacy? Okay, here's an
22.
interesting one. Question number 22. Has a game's storyline ever made you cry? Would you like to start?
Sure, we're gonna go back to the Dog Island game that I
Okay,
was talking
okay.
about earlier. Because it's an old game and people are probably not going to play it, so spoilers probably don't matter anymore.
No, go ahead.
So the main character goes to this island because their sibling is sick and their father, their father went to go and find a cure but never came back.
Okay.
So the main dog character goes and finds a cure, and it gets really grim for some reason because one of the characters there's wife died or something, and there's a gravestone. That was stressful enough for me, so I think
Oh,
that one made me
weird.
cry. But then,
Oh, wow, okay.
when I finished it, a year or so ago, the we got the cure and all of that, and get back to the other island. And then the father just like comes through the door. Like plot
What?
twist, the father was alive the whole time. Like what the hell?
So you went
It
through
was
all like this emotional roller coaster literally to build up to nothing.
Well, that wasn't a build up to nothing. I was pretty happy to know that
That's good.
the dad was fine and was alive. It was like what? Especially again since that
Jeez.
game was like huge in my childhood.
Right. Oh, that makes sense. No, that sounds that's interesting. So it's an emotional roller coaster throughout the whole thing.
Oh, definitely.
That's awesome. Interesting. Um, yes, for me. There's two games that I actually cried in. I cried in Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 1 at the very end,
Yeah,
and
mine
The
too.
Last of Us at the very beginning, actually.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so I'm sure spoilers for these two games. It's no secret. So for Walking Dead, you play as Lee, and basically he dies at the end.
Yes,
Um,
I'm sad.
yeah, that was very, very emotional for me. I loved that game, and I was so sad to see him go. But it's crazy because, like, he gets bitten by a zombie almost like three-quarters in, so you know he's gonna die, but it doesn't make it any less impactful. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the very beginning of The Last of Us, you're carrying your daughter to like safety, and then she dies, basically.
Oh,
And then
jeez.
yeah, no, it was brutal, and the emotion in Joel's face was just unreal. So that one hits me in the feels. Okay, 23. What's your favorite fighting class? Warrior, mage, rogue? Why? Um, I can start here.
Yeah.
I like warrior because they're always, no matter what game you play, they're always a great starter class. Um, I'm always willing to change it up later to a mage or a rogue or a thief or whatever. Like a game like Skyrim, I'm not a huge RPG guy, but if you start as a warrior or something like that, you're getting all the fundamentals down. You're getting a lot of surface level knowledge of everything, and then you can go more in depth later. So I like a warrior class to start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What about you?
Uh, for me, yeah, I'd probably go kind of the same.
Hmm.
Because again, like you said, it's just to start off with games, it's definitely easier.
Oh, for sure.
Kind of
Like, I mean,
just
if you're
start off.
like if you're a RPG enthusiast, then by all means do whatever you want. But yeah, I definitely go with warrior for that reason.
Yeah.
Okay, question 24. What's your game genre? What's your favorite game genre? Um, do you want to start or do you want me to?
I can probably start.
Go for
Oh
it.
boy.
Maybe not.
I'd have to say probably like RPG type stuff. Skyrim's a big one.
Hmm.
Things like that.
Okay.
Especially when you kind of get the freedom to do what you want. Because in Skyrim, you could do the main missions, but then you could also do all of these side missions that are just
Oh
kind of hanging
man,
around.
the Dark Brotherhood missions. Whoo, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm RPGs are very close for me. I have a list of honorable mentions. I'm gonna start with those. Like I love shooters, Call of Duty, of course. Sports games. I love racing games. I love platformer games like indie games like Shovel Knight, and Mario platformers. I like JRPGs like Final Fantasy, RPGs as you mentioned like Skyrim, Fallout, The Outer Worlds, games like that. And the last honorable mention is like turn-based strategies. Games like Civilization, XCOM. I love those games. But for me, it's good old action adventure. Um,
Okay.
Honestly, like games like Assassin's Creed, Borderlands. Um, I can't really get away from it. Like they have RPG elements, but they're not really classified as an RPG in my opinion.
Mhm.
So yeah, I would definitely go with action adventure as my number one choice. I'd say platformers might be number two, but number one for sure is action adventure. Okay, we are officially halfway through our list.
Yeah,
Go
I was gonna
us, and
say, geez.
and we've made it through with one listener. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it, Mister.
Whoever you are.
Who's listening? Yeah, there's a few. We get see how it works is I can't actually see who's listening, but I can see who has listened. So thank
Yeah.
you for listening. And if you have any questions, bring them in. If you have any thoughts to add, put them in. Or if you're just happy to listen, keep on listening. We appreciate you. Thank you. So question number 25, do you prefer multiplayer games or do you prefer to go solo? I feel like this is a layered answer. I'm going to give a little bit of a weird answer here. Um, if it's a multiplayer game, of course I prefer to go multiplayer. But I guess if it's asking if I prefer multiplayer games in general or single player games in general, I'd probably go with single player games because multiplayer games die off eventually. Single player
Yeah.
games don't necessarily have to die off. So I prefer single player games. Although, if you're asking me if I prefer to go solo in multiplayer games, then no. I prefer to go with friends, but I prefer single player games in general.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one. I think I'd have to say going solo because again, there's things like Animal Crossing is mainly solo unless you have loads of friends, which I don't. Skyrim, that's a single player game, but the things that you can do in that game is like kind of that's makes up for it.
Right. And there's a few
I mean, I know they
exceptions
came out
because
with the Elder
sorry, go ahead.
Scrolls Online. I know they came out with the Elder Scrolls Online, but I don't know what
Yeah.
it is really, so I'm just
I
like,
think it's
nah.
more like World of Warcraft in a way. Not in the sense
Okay.
like more of an MMO. So yeah, it's kind of like World of
Yeah,
Warcraft in a way, I think.
yeah.
The way it's
But then multiplayer
set up.
games that are like were made to be multiplayer
Yeah.
definitely would play, things like
hmm
that. I mean,
Uh,
I mean, sometimes I play like RuneScape, which is literally has to be multiplayer because they're all on different all on the same like
servers,
worlds and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, servers. There you go. So, or like Among Us, that type of thing.
Yeah, where you
Obviously, based on like all of the answers I'm giving, obviously I just play a huge variety of games.
That's good though. I think it's really important for people to kind of explore and go outside of their comfort zone. And at least you can say, you know what, I tried this game and I don't like it. Well, at least you can say you've tried it.
Yeah.
So I definitely think it's okay to go outside of your comfort zone, especially with gaming. Um, I guess that's a good segue to our next question. Do you prefer question 26, do you prefer co-op games or player versus player? Interesting. This is a really, really interesting question because it really depends on the game. Honestly,
Yeah.
like, because I've played a lot of co-op games, and I'd say like the best co-op game is Borderlands, in my opinion, that I've played with you. That was the one I've
Yeah.
had the most fun with. However, with that being said, I've played so many more player versus player games where I've just had a lot of fun with games like Call of Duty. Now, Borderlands reigns supreme with co-op, but after that, there it really isn't any for me. So if I had to choose one, I'd gotta go player versus player because I've had a lot more variety with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I played
Yeah.
Animal
Again.
Crossing with you as well, but yeah, again, I think, player versus player for me is the way to go.
Yeah, probably the same here, but I think my favorite game in that, like either co-op or player versus player, is definitely Borderlands 2 when we
Yeah.
played
Yeah,
that.
no, for sure.
I think we got very invested in it.
Rightfully,
We
no,
were
it was
very invested.
yeah, it's a really, really fun series, and I highly recommend anyone play it. Whether you've played it before or not, you should go play it right now.
Right now. Are you going to sleep? No, you're going to play
No,
Borderlands.
exactly. I love it.
Got school in the morning? No.
Nobody
Call in sick
cares.
because you're going to play Borderlands.
Exactly. Exactly. If I was going to do that for one game now, it would be for Borderlands. Okay, next question. Question 28. What? No. sorry, question 27. I skipped one. Question 27. This is a pretty easy one. What's the first console you ever owned?
PS2.
PS2. Yep, same here. Okay, easy question.
That was
Question
easy.
28. Exactly. Question 28. Who or what got you invested into video games in the first place? Honestly, I think you kind of answered it, so I'll give a short answer for me because I don't really
Mm,
have one. I just was kind of given to it. I didn't really have experience watching other people play. I was just given
mhm.
it and off I go. So yeah, I got the
Yeah.
PS2 for Christmas and the rest is history, honestly.
Yeah, my parents got me and my brother the PS2, and also I watched my uncle play video games. I watched multiple uncles. Uncle on one side of my family played like Mario Kart 64 and Mario 64 and all of that, and then an uncle on the other
Hmm.
side played this game called Age of Empires on the PC.
Yes, yep. That's
But
a
I
good
wasn't
game.
allowed to play that when I was really young because, gore and stuff.
Blood and violence, yeah.
Blood and violence, but I still wanted to play it, and I still have played it recently, even. I
That's
found
good. Hey,
ways to play it. I'm an adult now. I can do what I want.
exactly. And you have access to adult money, so you can do whatever, whenever.
Yeah, adult money, man. It's great.
Gotta love that. Awesome. Okay, question 30. If video games didn't exist anymore, what would I do? Cry.
Cry
It,
forever.
well, like, if I knew they existed, right? Like, if I grew, like tomorrow, if they disappeared, I would probably cry. Um, but I would also get over it at some point, I'm sure, as we all
Yeah.
would. So, yes, cry, but get over it, That's all we
Mhm.
could do.
Yeah, I'd concentrate on my digital art and stuff that I like doing. So we'd all have to find other hobbies, I guess, because I have so
Yeah,
many
I would
hobbies I can just pick and choose.
exactly, right? No, I
I have
definitely
way too
focus
many
more on
hobbies.
reading, right? Hey, it's okay to be well-rounded, but it also sucks because then you stop focusing on other things and you kind of get nothing done,
Yeah, I definitely
sometimes.
kind of jump from thing to thing depending on the day, week, year, whatever.
Yeah, nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
I loomed that Among Us character, and that got me back into loom knitting again. So that's interesting.
That's good. That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Oh,
Jeez.
okay. I'm not tired. I'm not tired, I swear.
Wake up, mate.
Oh,
Come on.
I'm here. I'm here. Okay, question number 31. What is your favorite song from a game? I
Oh,
left this one blank.
I
I
know the
can't,
answer.
I cannot really think of one. Actually, maybe Mario Galaxy probably has my favorite soundtrack of any game. That or Kingdom Hearts 2. As for a
Okay.
specific song, I can't really think of one. So, but as for set lists, it's Kingdom Hearts 2 or Mario Galaxy for me. Or Skyrim.
Okay.
Skyrim has a wicked soundtrack.
Oh yeah, definitely. I listen to
Hmm.
that when I'm studying. I also
Good.
listen to soundtrack. I listen to LA Noir soundtrack.
Nice.
That's really good. But my favorite song from a game has to be from Portal 2, the "Want You
Oh,
Gone" song from the credits. For some reason, I
wow.
just
What an
really
interesting
liked
pick.
that one. Yeah, I have it on my phone. I like listening to it. My mum and I sing along with it when we're driving down to the place where I go to university. It's great.
Wow. Wow,
So
that is a
it's
really cool pick.
yeah. So that would be my favorite song from a game. Gotta
That's
love
awesome
Portal
because
2.
you actually picked one song
Yeah,
and that's
and it has
awesome.
lyrics
No,
and
that's
everything. Woohoo!
there you go. That's awesome. I like that. Good pick. Question 32 out of 50 questions. Remember, we're answering 50 questions here, guys. Question 32. Have you ever wanted to live in a world from a game? If so, which one and why? This is a really tough one. I put a lot of thought into this, and the truth is, I don't think I would want to live in a video game world. I like living in the real world whilst while losing myself in the video game world. But I don't think I've actually ever wanted to actively live in a game.
Mhm.
I mean, one that comes to mind for me is like Mario World.
Yeah, that's what I
As a
was gonna
kid,
say.
definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
it would be a pretty cool, like cartoony type world and free of stress and all that. But
Yeah, that's what I was
other than that,
thinking.
yeah,
Out
yeah,
of all the video games I play, I'd say that the Mario ones, or Animal Crossing actually.
Animal Crossing, yeah.
Animal Crossing literally has no danger,
Mm-hmm.
so I just get to live out my life. I mean, the only thing is you'd be in debt to Tom Nook, but you're already in debt to people anyway. That's just like the real world. It's like the
Yeah,
real world, but
taxes
you're
and
the only
death.
human and everyone else is animals. So
You see, that's not so bad. I like that
yeah,
answer.
I'd say Animal Crossing or Mario, because both of those there's a bit of danger in the Mario world, but it's not like the worst thing in the world. And then in Animal Crossing, you're just living your life. You're not in danger of anything.
That's true. I mean, you can't tell me you want to live in the like. I love playing Borderlands, but you wouldn't want to live in that world.
No.
Never. No way.
No,
No. Okay.
Skyrim, you'd die of some disease probably.
Oh, exactly. Or Dragon. No. Yeah. No. I'm with you. I think Mario or Animal Crossing is. Those are some really good choices.
Yeah, they're the safe options.
Yes, I'm with you on that. Okay. Question number 33. Which video game character do you wish you were most like? This is an interesting one. I've got an answer. If you don't mind, I'd like to take the lead on
Yeah.
this one.
Yep.
Nathan Drake from Uncharted. Do you know him? You heard of him?
No, I haven't.
Okay. In short, he's great with the ladies. He's a gentleman, kind of, and he can parkour. He can do parkour. He
Oh, that's
finds
awesome.
like right. He does like treasure hunts. He's like finding old treasure like El Dorado, everything like that. Um, but yeah, like he's just a down to earth guy who's kind of a clumsy weirdo, but he's also, like I said, he's really good at parkour and he's great with the ladies. So Nathan Drake is my pick. Phew, excuse me.
Oh dear. For me, I think it would be it's gonna be more of just a emotional answer, but definitely Isabel from Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Okay.
Mainly because she's just really positive. And that's
Hey,
something that I'd
that's
like to be in my life. I'd like to be positive. She's organized. She's,
mm-hmm.
really nice and all of that. So I definitely, if I could be any video game character, or if I could be like any video game character,
Mm-hmm.
I'd definitely choose her.
Isn't it crazy to think like how far gaming has come where you're like trying to not trying to, but like how you look at a video game character and you're like, you know what? I want to be like that person. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool. Like it's really
yeah,
cool.
definitely.
I'm with you on that. No, that's a good answer. I like that. Okay, question 33. No, question 34. What's a game you've spent the most amount of money on? Yeah, you're up if you want. I've got a good answer, but you can.
It's hard to tell, but I'd say probably Skyrim because of the DLCs.
Mm-hmm. Good answer. Yeah, for
I'd
sure.
say,
It's
yeah.
probably. For me, it's Modern Warfare 2019. The initial starting price of $80 I paid for, plus I think I bought three season passes season passes, which was about $23 each. So let's say 23, 46, a lot of money. Plus plus I did buy a character pack for like $20.
Oh,
So
okay.
so I would say I probably spent, including the initial startup, almost $200 on that game.
Jeez.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I got my money's worth. I played the crap out of it, but that's the one I've spent the most on. Question 35. I don't have an answer for this right now, but maybe I can think of one. If you could have one superpower from any video game character, what would it be? Do you have an answer?
Um,
I mean, I think it's really hard to think about this one because there's a lot of gaming characters with who have like generic powers like punching through walls and flying and stuff.
But
So
then a
it's
lot of
really
it is like technology based as well.
yes. Yeah, so I think it's really hard to pick one power. I mean, I like in Saints Row 4 if you've ever played that. I like the ability to like jump really high.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, that's probably one I would love to be able to jump really high. I don't know why, just for fun. Just to be like, hey, I can jump really high.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. So yeah, Saints Row 4, the ability to jump high. There you go.
I don't know if this counts, but I'm gonna force it to count.
Good
'Cause
enough.
screw you. If I could have the same like powers and stuff and the same kind of equipment as the main character in Portal 2, I would be happy, you know, long fall boots and the portal gun. I just think it would be hilarious to like portal my way around.
That's an interesting one. I like that pick. You could probably
Yeah.
associate that with like the weapon question earlier.
Yeah. I mean,
But
it's not
no,
generally used as a weapon, as far as I know, but it is. Well, it's kind of is because you kind of move lasers around and it kills turrets and stuff. But I just think being able to go through portals would just be hilarious and
I
very
like that.
useful.
No, I think I like that one a lot actually. And there's probably a game somewhere where someone can like do the same thing except without their guns. So
Yeah, probably somewhere in
so we're that
somewhere in the
person.
world.
All right. Sounds good. I like that. Question 36 of 50. Who do you usually choose in fighter games? Examples: Super Smash Brothers, Soul Calibur, Street Fighter, etc. I don't play a lot of fighting games. The one I play the most for sure is Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
I play Street Fighter every now and then with my dad, but that's about it. Usually I lean towards like whoever's representing the game, like whoever the mascot of the game is. I usually start as.
Mm-hmm.
So like Super Smash Brothers, I lean towards like Mario and all that. And we have a voice clip. Let's play it.
Are we
Okay.
allowed to answer the questions, or is it just a you guys thing?
Oh, you can answer the questions if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can answer the questions. You guys are more than welcome to answer the questions, join the chat, add your own insight. Please answer away. Follow along with us. Right now, we're talking about who's our favorite fighter in a fighting game, or who do you usually choose? So I'm pretty basic. I usually choose like Mario or Ryu. Nothing crazy. Any rebuttal?
For me, again, I only play really like Super Smash Brothers, but I would usually choose like Kirby,
Yeah, okay.
just because I like the ability to like suck people into my mouth. Okay, that sounded wrong. Never mind.
Oof.
Just like take their powers. There we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
Move
I
on
agree
before
with
that
you.
gets weird.
We'll move on. Next
I
question.
did
Question
not think
30.
about my words before I said it.
That's okay. Question 37. PlayStation, Xbox. We answered this earlier, so we won't go into too much depth, but at the same
We both
time, ready?
decided on
Exactly. 1, 2, 3. PlayStation.
PlayStation. Yeah.
Yeah, good enough. But yeah,
Good enough.
but yeah, guys, feel free to answer. Please, we're needy, so answer
We
away.
like attention.
Exactly. So we will how we've been doing it is like if you guys put in an answer, we'll just finish our thought and then we'll go straight to you guys. So please bring them in.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, yeah, we're happy to do that. Question 38 of 50. Are you hoping for anything next at E3 or what are you hoping for?
If it
Um,
ever happens.
if it happens, yeah. I'm looking forward to more God of War 2 reveal. Um,
Okay.
Nothing crazy. That's about it right now. There's nothing I'm actively looking forward to except for God of War 2. So, oh, and the
Yeah.
new open world Star Wars game. I want to see that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
I don't really know much about what goes on at E3, so
It's
just
basically like game reveals and, teasers and things like that, honestly.
okay. So
If you're
just I hope for something interesting to happen. There we
There you go. I
go.
like that.
We have a
Okay. We have another clip. Let's
I
go
want
for
them
it.
to finally finish Dead Island 2. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm praying.
I hate to break it to you, man. Dead Rising 2 it's officially dead. I am with you. Like that, the reveal trailer for Dead Rising 2 was so awesome when you're the runner and you get bitten. It was a really amazing opening trailer, but I think what happened was the game developer switched focus to Dying Light, and that's unofficially Dead Rising or Dead Island 2. Which they are making a Dying Light too, so that's encouraging. But unfortunately, like I don't think they're ever going to release a game under the Dead Island game again. So, hey man, I'm with you. I'm
you can hope
praying,
though.
but I
We
think
can
it's
all
been
hope, but
let me just I'm gonna fact check this right now. And while I'm doing that, um I think we have the same answer for this question, but question 39, who's your favorite
oh
video
boy.
game villain and why? And while you answer that, I'm going to fact check this right now.
For me, it's got to be Handsome Jack from Borderlands
Absolutely.
2. Honestly,
Absolutely.
he's not just a surface level villain where he's just evil for the sake of being evil. He has reasons that are at some points, not all points, but at some points quite understandable.
Yeah, especially playing throughout the all the games
Pre-sequel.
like Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel, and if you play Tales of the Borderlands as well, really gives you
I've heard
some
a bunch about
sweet
that, yeah.
insight. Yes.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is, props to the people developing the game. They just put so much effort into like backstory and stuff, because I've heard complaints about the first Borderlands where the villain just didn't have that much to them, really.
Okay.
And that kind of happens with a lot of video games. They don't have very much to them. When they have a
Mm.
full-on backstory and stuff and have actual connections to the things you're doing, like when you're, trying to figure out what you're doing with it, like his daughter and all of that, with
Yeah,
Angel,
the whole
that's
yeah, like that's really cool.
that's
And
yeah.
oh, I love that. And before I take this voice clip, I would like to say that according to Game Informer, as of December 3rd, 2020, they are still developing it. So,
Ooh.
for the record, I was wrong with my initial guess.
Get wrecked.
So, with that being said, let's see here
I
what we have
liked
to hear.
Scarecrow from the Batman games.
Scarecrow from Batman games, yes. The way he messes with I think he like, if I'm not mistaken, he pretends to mess with your game files, and he can kind of um, psychologically mess with Batman, and he messes with the player as well, making you think that there's a game over when there's actually not, or leading you to something when there's actually not. So Scarecrow from the Batman games, that's a good choice, man.
Side tangent. If you you mentioned messing with game files, if you've ever heard of Doki Doki Literature Club, you
Oh,
probably haven't,
Jesus.
but some of us have. But it's it's terrifying with the messing with
Okay,
game files. I just
I like
wanted to
that.
say that because it's hilarious.
That's hilarious. I love that.
Made me think
See,
of
I
that
mean, we're all
game.
gamers here. I mean, we're all gamers. We all have so many different weird memories of games, and it's so cool.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It'd be so lame if we all liked the same thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay, we're on the final stretch here.
Wow.
Question 40 of 50. I can't believe it. Go us. Favorite, question 40, what's your favorite game from your childhood?
Ooh.
I have a couple picks here. But the one that sticks out for me is Tony Hawk's American Wasteland.
Oh, yeah, I've heard you
No,
mention that before.
yeah, no real reason why. I loved the game. I loved the customization. I loved um going from world to world in the story mode, and then just going back and playing on free roam. Um, it's been really fun for like ever, and you can create your own character. Like there's so many different customization options. You can create your own deck. It's really cool. All right, we got a voice clip here.
Black Ops 2, because I still play it to this day.
Black Ops 2, atta boy. We were just talking about Black Ops 2 earlier, or I was anyway, talking about going back to question 5, which was what's the game you spent the most hours on? And I mentioned Black Ops 2. I don't want to say I'm shocked that you're still playing it, but I absolutely respect it. I'd like to know what console you're playing on, or if you're playing on PC, and like how the servers are, because I heard that there's a lot of hacked lobbies, but I'd like to hear your opinion on it. Um, no, that's awesome, man. Yeah, Black Ops 2 is a really fun game. I love it. Oh, we got another voice
Play on
clip.
Xbox 360, the original white one.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Hopefully you don't get the Red Ring of Death. I don't want
Let's not
to
jinx this.
jinx it. Exactly. Awesome, dude. Yeah, like I say, I've heard that they're starting to get flooded with hacked lobbies, but hey, man, as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters, dude. So keep playing. I mean, who needs the new Modern Warfare if you got the old G Black Ops 2 and you're still grinding that? So good on you, man. Um, all right, Clocheebs, what is your pick? What's a game you remember from your childhood?
Oh boy, there's like way too many to count. But
I know. What's one that sticks out right now?
Animal Crossing Wild World.
There you go.
First Animal Crossing game I got on the Nintendo DS. Oh, but then I just thought of Nintendogs as well, because that was the first DS game I had. Oh my god.
You unlock some memories.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. It just unlocks more and more memories the more things you talk about.
Absolutely. I mean, it's so hard because it's like you don't want to leave any out, but you also don't want to miss any. Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
Sometimes less is more. Um, question 42. No, oh my God, I keep losing count here. Question 41. Are there any games you're really bad at? I have one, but I don't remember what's the name of the cooking game we played?
Overcooked.
Oh, Overcooked. Yeah, I am. Now, I will say, I think I could get good at most games that I actually dedicate time to, but most of the time I'm pretty competent to start. Overcooked, I was just terrible at the entire time. I was definitely the weak link on the four-man squad, so Overcooked is a game I'm really bad at, and I think I will continue to be bad at forever.
But it will be hilarious anyway, so.
Exactly.
For me, I don't know.
Wow, pretentious.
Oh, shut up.
I'm just kidding.
It's probably as much as I enjoyed the NHL games, I'm also probably quite bad at them. I was good. The only good thing I was at them was beating people up. That was it.
Buddy, I'm a dangle snipe celly on your ass, alright? Go Bardowski,
Yeah,
alright?
because all I do is just body check you into the balls. That's all I do.
Then when you do that, I'm a saucer pass to my guy, goes on a breakaway, dangle snipe celly, Bardowski on you, buddy. You're dead, and I win.
You've been practicing your hockey trash talk, haven't you?
All right, we got another voice clip.
Yeah, but neither of you could score. I'm the best goalie in the game.
Oh, buddy, challenge accepted,
boy.
man. We're not playing like okay. If you're talking about NHL 12, where it's glitched when you go on the butterfly, you make every save. that doesn't count because there's an old NHL game where if you go in the butterfly, you will literally make every single save. Like it's a glitch. So we're not talking about that one. I'll play
Overpowered
you in
much of the glitch.
I will play you in any other one except for the glitched one, and I think it was NHL 12. Correct me if I'm wrong. But challenge accepted, man. I mean, if you're playing like as Vancouver, then I feel really bad for you. Oof, that's all I'm gonna say. Um, all right. Question 42. Have you ever seen somebody get really angry when they lose at a video game? Would you like to answer this?
Yeah, two people. My brother, my
Mm-hmm.
older brother, definitely, and you.
Mm-hmm. Of course, yep. Yes, yes, I do get mad at games. I don't rage, but I do get like I'm like, oh, fuck off type of thing.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, definitely.
I
I've seen that before. I've just laughed at
mhm.
you while I sit there playing my Animal Crossing on my Switch.
I know,
It's like, haha, I
right?
can't lose at this game.
Nothing to be mad at.
Yeah.
Yes, witnessed. I was gonna say same thing. I think I don't. I've seen your brother rage. I've seen my brother rage, and yeah, myself. And you
You've
know who
seen
gets
yourself rage.
actually, you know who gets really mad? Is my dad. Whenever we play Mario Kart, he actually gets really mad whenever we
He
like
gets
hit him
very
with the
trash
shells.
talky.
Yeah, I don't. I'm sure you remember
Oh,
that.
definitely.
He
He
does, and
gets
he's like,
trash talky.
yeah. But whenever he's winning, yeah. Anyways, he's funny. Oh, he's an interesting man.
Ugh, good times.
All right, question 44. We're almost done. What's more important in your opinion, action or story? Do you want to start, or I can?
Yeah, I can start. For me,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say story,
Mm-hmm.
just because I like to get invested into things. So I like to get, like, for example, right now, Super Mario Galaxy, I'm very invested in saving Princess Peach, and also
Mm-hmm.
the storybook with the chapters you keep unlocking. I'm also quite invested in
I
that.
do. I do enjoy that. I do
Yeah.
enjoy that.
And then there's things like LA Noire as well, because like that has such a deep storyline where things are all connected, but then it also has a lot of
Mm-hmm.
action because you're a detective guy, you're shooting people and stuff, and you're
Mm-hmm.
taken down. So I think if I had to choose one or the other story, but overall, I think a healthy mix of both is
Mm-hmm.
quite good. But if I had to choose one or the other, then story.
Okay. You know what? This is probably the first time I'm going to disagree with you.
Ooh.
I think we've like for most of the stuff we've been pretty like on the same line of thinking, but I believe now when it says action, I'm gonna kind of mix in like gameplay. Okay? That's what I think of when I think of action. I think that a game can be really good if it doesn't have a good story because of its gameplay and action. A game like Resident Evil has no story, or its story is so cheesy, but the game is renowned as one of the best of all time for its gameplay. I feel like a game with good gameplay and good action will hook you long term better than a game with a good story. Now, if it has, but like you said, I think a good healthy mix of both. But I think it's really important for the gameplay to be on point. Because I think a game could have a great setup and a great story, but if the game itself isn't fun to play, then why would you continue playing? Okay, voice clip.
As a fan of the UFC games, I'm gonna go action over story just because, well, it's the UFC.
I mean, the basic story of UFC is beat people up and you get into the Hall of Fame. That's the story. You're
Beat people
you're
up,
trying to
don't
be
ask questions.
exactly. Yeah, I think it really depends on the genre. Like a sports game, you're not necessarily focused on story. But like even a story-focused game needs to have exceptional gameplay
Yeah.
because it can have a really good story, but if the gameplay is not fun, then it's hard to stay invested, in my opinion, because it becomes more of a chore. well, if it's a good gameplay game, you can just you don't even need to worry about the story because you're just having too much fun.
Yeah.
So that is one I will agree to disagree on. Though
Okay.
I do agree that a good healthy mix of both is important. Okay, question number 45. Is there a video game that is considered to be really bad that is your secret guilty pleasure? I got
Hmm.
one.
Okay, you go first then.
Shadow the Hedgehog on PlayStation 2. It is renowned as a terrible video game, like 5 out of 10, if not lower. Very bad, not universally praised. However, I don't care. I acknowledge it is not a very well constructed game, but there's something about it that I love to play. I love going through all the levels. I love there's like you can choose like good, neutral, or evil. I thought that was always fun, and you can play as different character, or you can meet up with a lot of different Sonic characters, and yeah, I think I enjoy it, and I understand why it's not a good game, but I still enjoy it. Okay, we're going to a voice clip.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna give it to you straight. It's Fortnite.
Yeah.
Fortnite, you know what? Fair enough.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, like I think personally, it wasn't the gameplay that ruined it for me. It was more the community. So, um,
Yeah.
not saying that you're a part of the toxic community. As long as you and I'm always a big believer, as long as you enjoy the game, then it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. So, more power to you, man. I don't know why though. It's universally hated aside from the community, but like gameplay wise, it's not even that bad. Like I don't enjoy it
Yeah.
personally, but I don't think gameplay wise it's that bad. I've played way worse games with way shittier gameplay. So, um,
Hmm.
like I say, man, like as long as you enjoy it, then you keep doing it, bro. So keep playing
Yeah.
and keep slaying them kids and keep trash talking them and just have fun. That's all that matters.
I
Um,
mean, again, there's nothing against the actual game itself. To me, it's just it's got to be the community, man. Like, there's a lot of
mhm.
games in which the community has ruined it. This is a bit of a tangent, but
No, it's
Undertale,
true.
Five Nights at
Undertale for
Freddy's,
sure.
all of that, like, there's so much
Dark Souls to
toxicity.
me.
Yeah, it's so toxic.
Hmm.
But the game itself is fine. It's just the
Yeah.
people who play it.
And I think of Fortnite was the victim of that, you know.
Oh,
like I said,
definitely.
I don't think the game itself is that bad.
No.
It's yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's got to be
yeah,
some
keep playing it, man.
some of the people. It's like the very loud minority of people who are toxic and horrible.
Yeah. Like 90% of the people who play it are cool.
Yeah,
95% of the people who play it are cool.
it's that 5%, man. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's true. The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Hmm.
Okay, I guess you need to answer still, if you want to.
Yeah. Um. The one I'm gonna say may not be actually a bad video game, like considered to be bad, but the movie, the movie that the game is based on was considered to be bad. So I'll just go with
Hmm.
that. Shrek the Third on PS2,
Oh, okay.
because the for me, I just really enjoyed all like the mini games and everything. And again, this is like pulling obscure video games, so that's quite funny. But
I'm gonna look
people,
up
for some
average reviews
reason,
for it.
yeah, because for some reason people just didn't like the movie. It wasn't the best one. But
Um, yeah, that's crazy. Like I enjoyed it.
I was
Like
okay with it. Yeah.
it was the weakest. I will agree it was the weakest one in the franchise, but I did enjoy it personally.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so looking at this, it looks like mixed to average reviews
Yeah.
for Shrek. So there's some 5 out of 10s, some 5 out of 10s, but there's also quite a few 6 and 7 out of 10s. So it's not
Yeah.
completely awful.
Yeah, that's good. I
So
definitely just I found it really fun, especially when I was younger. My
Hmm.
brother and I would play it, like all the mini games and stuff. It was a good time.
Kind of reminds me of Shrek Super Slam. Have you ever played that?
I haven't, no.
That's an interesting one. It's basically like, oh man, it's a fighting game, but Shrek characters. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
Um, Question 46. If you could have any video game character as your best friend, who would it be and why? I've got a good one, if
Okay.
you don't
Go
mind.
for it.
Yoshi. Yoshi. I mean, who wouldn't want to have a dinosaur as your best friend? You can ride him, you can fly, you can get him to eat people you don't like, you can get him to poop out eggs for you to throw anytime you want. I think Yoshi would be a great pick.
Mm-hmm.
That's my best friend.
For me, again, I gotta go with Isabelle from Animal Crossing.
Uh-huh.
She's just friendly and positive and all of that.
Right. You would need someone empowering like that in your life, I think,
Yeah.
in general, and I think it's really important. And again, like you look to video games to look for that and say, you know what? A person like this character is someone I need in my life or want to
Mm-hmm.
strive to be like, and it's really cool. Okay, we
Yeah.
gotta play.
Alien from Alien Isolation, so no one could mess with me even if they wanted to.
Good one.
Yeah.
Great pick. I like that pick. That that game is so frustrating. Alien Isolation. I don't know if you ever played it. The first
I know.
half of that game is so friggin' amazing. But I think it's once you get the flamethrower, it becomes not fun. Like the second half of that game is so not fun. But going on Buddy's point there, yes, I would agree that being friends with the alien is pretty sick. So I would agree with that.
I mean, it would
I like
definitely
that
be
pick.
interesting with the like being friends with like the villain, because they could protect you and stuff. Like,
Yeah, like if you were friends with Handsome Jack, booyah. We'd be fine.
that'd be a chill time. It's like, okay, well, kill people.
Exactly, yeah. This is kind of a cringe question, but we're gonna go with it.
Oh boy.
If you could marry any video game character, who would it be? It's kind of cringe, but I
Yeah,
mean,
the fact that I'm putting
we
thought into it is hilarious.
I know, right? I mean, you just took a deep breath there. I mean, I think it's kind of an easy-ish answer for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's one of the Mario princesses or Zelda
Yeah. Oh
for
yeah, because
sure.
you were saying earlier when you had your crush on
I had a
Daisy.
crush on Daisy, yeah. Um I'd probably go with Daisy. That'd be my first pick. Second pick would be Rosalina, but something about Daisy just is hot. I'm just gonna say it.
I mean,
All
yeah,
right,
because let's face it. Okay.
voice clip. Let's do it.
Yeah,
The
we'll do
alien
that.
from Alien Isolation.
Okay, listen
Ooh.
here. If you're, hey, I'm not judging. I'm not judging, but the mutant baby that would turn out to be, oh my God, what are you doing, man?
That would be
Um,
some interesting.
have
Because the
like
issue
a
with like the Mario characters is none of the male characters are actually that good looking.
They're really not. You gotta go with like look up Nathan Drake. I think he's one of the best looking male characters. Like, and I'm not gay, but I can appreciate a good looking man. If you look up Nathan Drake, he's a really good looking man.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
Like, because like with ladies, you can easily like sexualize them as like unrealistic or realistic. For
Disproportionately large breasts.
exactly, and big
I mean, let's
big
face it, that's what we're thinking
booties.
about.
Oh, exactly. Absolutely. But like with men, you can't they need to be realistic looking in order for them to
Mm-hmm.
be considered good looking.
Yeah.
Versus with women, it doesn't have to be like that. Like, because Peach, like a Daisy, like doesn't look realistic at all. But I still, I mean, weirdly wouldn't be opposed to marrying her. All
You'd
right, we
still
got a clip.
super smash her.
Super Smasher, Jesus.
I'm sorry, I
You
had
s-
to. I had
you
to.
s- you said it, not me.
What's up, y'all? It's my first time on stereo. Y'all chilling?
Hey man, welcome
Yeah.
to the chat. Thank you for watching or for listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
We're
This is the
we're
first time
wrapping.
we've done something.
Yeah, this is the first time. We're just trying to moderate everything. So, we're just answering 50 video game questions. We're almost done, but it's not too late to chime in with your thoughts and with your answers. So please bring them in. We're definitely going to be doing something like this again in the future. So
Oh,
follow
definitely.
one of us, and we will
Or
definitely
both.
be doing this again, or both of us. That would be awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. So yes, we're just chilling. Um, and yeah, this is open. You can chime in whenever you want. So basically how we've been doing it is we've been talking about whatever we're talking about, and if you send in something, we'll finish our thought and then we go straight to you. Like you guys are our priority, so
Yeah.
that's awesome. So anyways, yeah, I think just going back to what we were talking about, like males need to kind of look realistic in order for them to be attractive, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
versus women don't necessarily have to. Like they can look as unrealistic as humanly possible and they could still be considered attractive.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't blame you, is what I'm saying.
we spent a lot of time on this one question.
I know, what the hell?
You said it
But
was
hey, again,
cringeworthy, and then we just kind of did.
it's fun. You know what? You got to embrace it sometimes. That's what it comes down to. Okay, question 48 of 50. This is one I want to hear from you guys. So if the two listeners, I want you guys to chime in with this one. Listen carefully. Would you rather have loads of time to play video games but only be able to play 2 games a year,
Or buy
or
two
be
games.
able or to buy 2 games a year, or be able to buy loads of games but never have much time to play them?
Ooh.
This is a very tough question. But I'm gonna go with the one that is happening to me right now. Like I have the ability to buy as many games as I want, but I don't have a lot of time to play them. So I'm used to it. So I'm just gonna go with that one. Um,
I'm gonna take the opposite route here.
mm-hmm.
I'm
Oh,
gonna have
okay,
that
okay.
because I'm the type of person who does like to I hyper focus on like certain games at once, kind of like Animal Crossing and Super Mario Galaxy. So if I could like only play those 2 games for like the year, I'd probably
Mm-hmm.
still be okay because I can like hyper focus and just play them to my heart's content, honestly.
Interesting.
So
Yeah,
I'd
because
I think I'd be able to go for the first one and be completely fine with that.
that's interesting because you know, I want to be able to do that. I just don't. I like jumping from game to game. That's
Mm-hmm.
just me anyways. Okay, we got a clip. Let's hear it.
I got time to play them, but I go between Doom and Minecraft. Not the new Doom, the old Doom, like the pixel version.
Really? Wow, that's
Mm.
interesting. I've played a bit of the original Doom, and it's a good one. So, I mean, if you're just playing those 2 games for an entire year, then yeah, definitely, you know, have all the time. My whole thing is, though, it depends on the game, but I feel like it gets stale after a while. Like you can love a game no matter what, but at some point you got to switch it up. That's just me. Like I was watching Naruto like religiously for like a month or two, but now I still love it, but I want to switch it up. So now I'm watching Death Note, and I'm glad I did because it just gets stale, you know. That's kind of my thought to that.
Yeah, that's the interesting difference between us. Is like I can obsess over something for quite a while
Mm-hmm.
and then move on to the next thing eventually.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I was really into, well, I still am quite into Borderlands 2, but I was super
Mm-hmm.
interested in all the lore and everything surrounded it for quite a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah. Well,
So, I'm able
I
to
guess
do
it
that.
depends. Yeah. I mean, like if you're talking about like Star Wars or something, like I am always talking about like Star Wars and everything related to Star Wars. I got a buddy at work who we basically just talk Star Wars all day, so it's fun. Um, yeah, it's really interesting and it's cool. Again, it's just the way we operate, and it's really cool. So we're all gamers here, and we're all diverse, and
Yeah.
I appreciate this community for that reason. Last two questions. In your opinion, what's the worst game you've ever played? Um,
Ooh.
this one's pretty easy for me. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. Broken, terrible, no incentive to play. It's just like open level to do nothing. So, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. It was rushed. It was terrible.
Mm. I honestly don't know. Because again,
I think it
I
kind of.
like to.
No, go ahead.
What was
Sorry.
that?
Go ahead. You go.
Because again, I like to, check, like, look at games and look them up and all of that before I buy them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't usually end up like finding games that are really bad because I don't know. Generally, that's just not something that
Yeah.
I end up getting anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like nowadays there's no real excuse to um get a bad game, honestly. Like unless you're planning to pre-order it and play it day one, I feel like you have so much access to you have the ability to like do your own research and see if a game is actually worth it or not. So I feel like
Yeah, all that
like
stuff.
I agree with you. Now with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, I was hyped for it. I wanted to play it day one and I was disappointed. Okay, voice clip.
Ghost Recon Wildlands because the land looked amazing, but the characters barely spoke English. Like, and they were all supposed to be like American. They didn't speak English, and when they did speak it, they'd be stuck on repeat. So like, go help the people, go help the people, go help the people.
Interesting pick.
That
I
sounds
actually
annoying.
a buddy of mine actually just recommended that game, so it's funny you bring that up. Because I was actually looking at some gameplay and it looked like fun. That being said, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different reasons to get deterred from a game, and if the characters themselves are annoying, that is a very valid reason to not want to play a game.
Yeah.
Sticking with like Tom Clancy, actually, the Division was a game that I was really looking forward to, and when I got my hands on it, it was just shit. Terrible game. So,
There's a lot of games recently that have been like that. Like
Cyberpunk.
Fallout, Cyberpunk. There was a game that came out a while ago called No Man's Sky.
Well, that one got resurrected though, because that one, like
it
in
got
2013,
resurrected,
yeah,
but originally they just made too many promises that they couldn't keep. But it's
yeah,
been resurrected and it's doing well now, so that's okay. But
unrealistic
originally,
expectations.
when it released, it was not very good.
No, I'm with you on that. All right, voice clip.
I think one game that was everyone thought would be terrible, but then was amazing was World War II. That game was the best Call of Duty I've ever played.
You know what? It's funny enough. I just made a controversial TikTok ranking all my favorite CODs and least favorite CODs. World War II ranked near the bottom, and the reason was because of the loot box system. I didn't like it. I personally, I enjoyed the maps. The maps were kind of fun, but I agree to disagree with you on that one, man. Glad you enjoyed it. I didn't love it. I don't think it was the worst COD I've played. That honor belongs to Infinite Warfare, but I was not a huge World War II fan. Voice clip.
I'm more of a campaign person, so when you say loot box, that doesn't really affect me, but the campaign was amazing. I thought it was just the best.
If we're ranking the campaigns, that's top 3 easy. Okay. You won me over. Yeah, if we're talking about strictly Call of Duty campaigns, like that might be number 1 actually. Honestly, like the opening mission to that game is unreal. So I'm with you on that one. If we're talking campaigns, World War II. I'm trying to think of a better one. Honestly, yeah, I agree. I think World War II had the best campaign of all the CODs, so I'm with you on that one. Um, but going back, I don't think I have much else to add to that. Do you?
Nope, I think I'm good.
Okay. All right, last question of the night, and then maybe we
Ooh.
can do like some random questions we can think of, and then end it there. But
Yeah.
before we do, we're gonna listen to this voice clip.
To say Infinity Warfare was bad is correct, but I will never stop loving that zombies, how they just travel through time, disco at raves, in the middle of New York City. Just, I thought that zombies was hilarious.
No, I'm with you on that. I think it really depends on what experience you're going and looking for. For me, Call of Duty is a multiplayer first game, in my opinion. So when I base my opinion on a Call of Duty, it's mainly surrounded by the multiplayer, in my opinion. Now, I won't deny, like Infinite Warfare had really fun zombies, and I didn't hate the storyline. In fact, I'd say all the campaigns for Call of Duty have been exceptional. I think they're all really good campaigns, for the record. But again, when I make my opinion about a Call of Duty game in general, I'm coming at it with multiplayer focus in mind. But if I want to take like specific elements of the Call of Duties, like splitting them up into like the zombies and to the campaign, then I will happily do that. But that's just kind of my opinion. So, but I'm with you. I think Infinite Warfare had good zombies. I didn't love Advanced Warfare zombies, but I liked Infinite Warfare zombies. Okay, interesting final question. I'd like to hear some thoughts, if possible. Question number 50. Would you give up video games for life and receive $500,000 in cash, or would you refuse the money?
Ooh.
This is a serious question that I've thought about. Like, would I be able to willingly give up video games to receive $500,000? Here's the thing with that. With the way I'm starting to approach long-term saving, I plan to have way more than that by the time that I retire. So I can have that much money later and still play video games.
Yeah.
So my answer is refuse the money.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. If you're responsible enough with money in life, savings and all of that, I think you could easily be able to refuse the money because it's like instant gratification versus long term.
Exactly, because long term you will, like if you're smart about it and you're doing things the right way and you're maybe in contact with an investment advisor or something, you will get that much money later in life. You will have that later to enjoy, whilst also playing video games now. We've got a voice clip here. Let's play it.
You could always earn more money, but once the games are gone, you can never get them back.
100%, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do
I
agree.
think he's right on the money. Right on the money. No pun intended. Plus, if everyone else around you's playing video games and you couldn't, fuck that. Now, maybe if it were to ban all video games, you might be able to convince me. But if it's just for me to personally give up on video games, never, never,
No, I couldn't.
no.
I'm too emotionally attached to a bunch of video games.
100%, 100%. I get too much. I value video games more than maybe I should, but I love them and I will never stop playing video games no
Yeah, I
matter
mean,
what the negative stigma says. And until they're illegal, I will always play them.
Yeah, I mean, again, if they help your mental health and make you happy or help you get out some anger by shooting things, then
Exactly.
go for it,
Exactly. No, I'm with you on that. Okay, I think we've pretty much reached the end. We've finished all the questions, all 50 questions. Yay, go us. Good job.
Woohoo.
Oh, we got a voice clip.
I get all my rage out in Dead by Daylight. I feel like that's the best game to do it. All you do is hit people and put them on hooks.
See, Dead by Daylight, if it is that the one I'm thinking of for the PS4? Hang on.
Typing noises in the background.
Oh, no, it's not the one I'm thinking of. I've never played Dead by Daylight. I know of it. I think this is the one where one person is a serial killer and there's like 6 other people. Oh, no. Yeah? Yes, yeah. So you have one serial killer and like 6 other people who are trying to escape the island, basically. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So you could play like as Jason or something.
That does sound like a good way to get all the frustration of life out.
Mm-hmm. I like playing Wolfenstein because you just shoot Nazis. I mean, you can never go wrong with shooting Nazis or playing like Doom where you're just shooting monsters. I mean, come on, like who doesn't want to do that?
Yeah.
Here's a thought for you. I've got a question. What are your thoughts on DLC? Can you give me some general thoughts?
For
Or do you
me,
have any opinion on it?
if they add something really good to the game, then I'm okay with it. Like, for example, in Skyrim, they had Hearthfire, which allowed you to like
Mhm.
adopt a kid and build a house and all that. You know,
And they had
adding quite a
legitimate
lot to the game.
expansions with, like the 2 expansions that came out with it were like
Mhm.
legitimate expansions. They weren't just cut from the game and released to you later.
Yeah. So as long as they add something like important to the game that's like you can get good playing time out of and things like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
then I think that's quite. I think then at that point DLCs are quite good. But like sometimes I don't always agree with DLCs that just like add different like costumes or whatever.
I guess, well, and that's the thing too, though. It's like, with cosmetics, it's like they don't add anything. But at the
Mm.
same time, it's like, okay, they can be predatory towards the kids, but if you're like an adult with adult money and you want that thing, like I'll give you an example, like with Call of Duty, I got the anime tracer pack, which is basically 3 guns, pink, that shoot pink bullets. And it's like, you know what? Why the hell not? I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean if you're an
it's not
adult
hurting
with
anyone.
yeah.
Right. But yeah, I agree. Like it can be pretty predatory. Okay, we got a voice clip.
What's considered a DLC? Because I spent $5 getting the Viper skin in Black Ops 2. All it is Rattlesnake, but is that considered DLC or no?
That is DLC. That is 100% DLC. Downloadable content. That's the abbreviation there. I think DLC and expansions are different things now because like DLC used to be what expansions are today. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Hearthfire, or what's it called? Hearthfire?
Yeah.
Hearthfire is considered an expansion. And that's fine. I think the predatory nature of the gambling systems in some of these games, like
Yeah.
for DLC, is not good. Now that being said, spending $5 on a game and on a skin in Call of Duty, like I don't have a problem with it. Like if you want
Yeah.
it, then whatever, right? Like it's a cup of coffee. It's 2 cups of coffee. I mean, there's worse things to spend your money on,
Yeah, exactly.
honestly. Like I bought in Black Ops 2, there was this skin called I think it was called Element 115, where it's like green and it glows, and I loved it. And I don't care. I spent $5 on it. I don't care. Um, I guess uh, I guess it kind of transitions to my next thought is like, what about like freemium games? I mean, because here's the thing, like with freemium games like Clash Royale, Clash of Clans, I mean, on one hand, they're free to start, but on the other hand, they make it really hard to progress without buying game stuff. Now,
Yeah.
with that being said, if you enjoy the game, then what's wrong with buying those gems and those extra coins? If you enjoy the game, who cares? You'd be spending that money on a AAA game anyway. Okay, we got another voice clip.
I got a question for you guys. Have you guys ever been banned in a game? Because I was banned in Rocket League. I don't even play the game. I just have it downloaded, and I went on there one day and it said I'm banned for life.
There's usually people don't get banned for no reason. You don't have to go into details, but 99.9% of people who get banned for a legitimate reason. I've been banned from servers, like from Battlefield, for not following the game rules, but as for like legitimately banned, no. Like banned from a video game, no. I've never been banned from a video game. I've never had my account locked. Like I said, the worst is I've been banned from servers. That's it. What about you?
Yeah. Again, I think servers. I don't know if you've ever heard of Gmod,
Yep.
but they had like a bunch of servers on there, and there's Harry Potter ones. And I think I've only ever gotten temporary bans or warnings and stuff, and nothing actually
Yeah.
super serious.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure.
My first year of university, I played that game a lot.
Runes. That was Gmod, right? You said.
Yes, yeah.
I'd like to get into that one day.
It was like Harry Potter ones where you could like literally act as if you were in like Hogwarts and all of that, and since I'm a big Hufflepuff nerd.
Why not? I mean, it's cool to roleplay like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was a nice fun thing that I did a lot in the first year of university.
That's nice. Again, a way to get an escape, right? Shoot, what was I don't even remember what the previous question was. DLC. Freemium games. What are your thoughts on freemium games?
Like what?
Like games like Clash of Clans that are free to start, but they incentivize you to pay real money for in-game items and gold.
I think if you as long as you understand what you're doing and understand, that you are spending money on stuff, then, go for it.
Okay. No, I'm with you. Like, I play 8-ball pool on my phone all the time, and I buy stuff every now and then. All right, voice clip.
I swear, if you ever talk trash about Clash of Clans,
I wasn't talking trash about Clash of Clans. I'm more of a Clash Royale guy myself, anyway.
Woke up and chose
but
violence.
I think you have chosen violence, so you have chosen death. I don't have a problem with, and I'm not. I was only picking on Clash of Clans because it's the most popular.
Yeah,
choice.
I just need.
There's a lot of examples. Yeah, it's just an example. I'm not picking on that game particular. Candy Crush, exactly. Boom Beach. There's games like that. I'm with you though. Like as long as you understand what you're buying, then I think there's no problem with it. And at the end of the day, like it's one thing if a kid takes your credit card, that's a whole different situation. But if you're an adult spending your own money, then who cares?
Yeah.
Okay, voice clip.
I'm just joking, but I'm surprised Clash of Clans has been around. It's, 10 years old, 11 years old?
I will Google that. I'm going to fact check you on that one. Clash of Clans. It has been around since... let's go release date. Since August 2nd, 2012. So it's been around for
almost 10 years.
Just over 10 years. No, just over
9 years.
9 years, something like that. Still a lot of
long time.
Years, yeah.
Yeah,
here's the thing. When the players stop playing the game, the developers will stop supporting it. That's it. Like they're like Supercell is very good at maintaining their intellectual properties with Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Boom Beach, and what's the other one? It's the 3v3 one. It's kind of weird. There's another one that they have. But yeah, I think it's a matter of if the players stop playing, then the developers will stop supporting it.
Yeah.
Voice clip.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Heyday, the best Supercell game there is.
I'll be honest, I didn't even know they made Heyday, I'll be completely honest. It's like a Farmville type game, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I like Clash Royale. That's pretty much it for the freemium games. Well, that's not true. I like 8 Ball Pool. Yeah, I like some freemium games. Like, I don't think I've ever spent more than like $10 on a freemium game, like lifetime. So, I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? So, my opinion on it is it's when my biggest problem is when they cut content from the game and try to sell you it later. That's what I don't like. Are there any other video game related questions we can
Ooh, I have
ask or
one.
talk about? Yeah,
I have
go
a
for it.
question.
Here, let's play the voice clip and then you hold on to that, okay?
You guys know what My Singing Monsters is? It's some game my mom used to
Yes.
play, and then all of a sudden I re-downloaded it and I can't stop playing it.
Yes,
heard of
I've
it.
heard of it. I think I think you can get like orchestras together and like you create
Yes,
new tunes and stuff and it's really cool. So I've never
yeah,
played it, but I have heard it's really fun. So
I've
that's
heard of
cool
it.
though. Like your mom plays it and now you want to play it. Like that's so awesome, man. That's awesome. All right, Clocheebs, what is your thought or question?
What is your favorite Easter egg or secret thing in a video game?
Ooh, wow. That is a good
Mm-hmm.
one. That is a very good
Yeah, I'm
one.
surprised it wasn't on the list.
Yeah, that could be a really interesting like question and something to really, really think about. One of my favorite Easter eggs, it's in a recent game. It's in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. If you push a button on a certain door 66 times, Emperor Palpatine on the other side will say, "Execute Order 66."
Oh,
And
that's funny.
before you say yours, we're gonna go to the voice clip.
Call me childish if you will, but in the new Zombies Cold War when they do the coffin dance, I laughed.
Hey, hey, that was a hilarious meme. I like that. So I enjoyed Cold War Zombies. Unfortunately, I didn't enjoy multiplayer as much, so I sold it. But no, that's awesome, man. Like I said, like I don't think anyone should be shamed for what they like or dislike within the gaming community because we're all in this together, you know? We're all people and we all like different things, and that's what makes the community so unique. Again, because like if everyone were to like the same thing, then it'd be stale and boring. So good on you, man. Glad you liked it. Okay, Chloe, favorite Easter egg. Chloe
Okay.
Cheeves.
Name dropping me there. That's fine. My first name shouldn't be a secret. It's fine.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Um, it's not really an Easter egg like reference to anything, but in a video game called the Stanley Parable,
Yep, I know
there
that one.
was a kind of like you had to do some kind of trick where you are about to go through some gates, but then you pull back really quickly. And then I
Yep.
think you have to hit a button or something in a video room, and then the entire room turns into a disco.
Jeez, that's
It's
awesome.
This is just music. It's great. It's hilarious, and I've done it so many times on the game just because I find it really funny for some reason.
I like that. I think that's hilarious. You know, again, like I think it's just so Stanley Parable is a great example of such a unique video game where there's really no context to it. It's what you make of it, and the experience you put in is the experience you're going to get.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
and
if you're only
especially when
willing
you
to
go and
put,
hide in the broom closet, and the narrator's like, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending?" Because he's being sarcastic. Because he's like, "Why are you in this closet? What are you
yeah,
doing?"
what are you
It's such a
doing?
good game. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a great game. I love it a lot. All
Yeah.
right, voice clip coming up.
Here's a question. Has there ever been a game that genuinely scared you? Because when I was really, really little, my dad thought it would be funny to make me play Resident Evil, and some guy mutated and his face split open, and I am sitting there crying because I'm.
Interesting. Oh, yeah, we kind of we touched on this earlier in the chat or in the conversation, but I'll bring it up again. I don't, first of all, Resident Evil 4 is actually my favorite game, so I'm sorry if it was that one. I don't think it was. It would have been like Resident Evil 2 or 3 that you got scared in. As for one I was genuinely scared at, it was Cabela's Deer Hunt 2004. For some reason, anytime you got attacked by a wolf, it just freaked me the frig out, and I stopped playing it for a while. So yes, that was a game I got genuinely scared at as a child. Now I don't. Like I might get jump scared, but I don't get scared to the point where I'll actually stop playing the game anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What about
For
you?
me, there was. This is gonna go way back. My
Oh boy.
granny and granddad had a very old Apple like computer thing. Like it was a big, big square thing, all of that. And they
Mm-hmm.
had a game called Power Pete on it. And this might just be
Oh,
a
okay.
British thing, or it might not. I don't know. But for some reason, the game over screen, because this is about a toy, like a toy soldier guy who's like saving
Yeah.
saving rabbits from evil toys. But like when he dies, firstly he like falls over and his head and arms and like legs pop off and look like spring off, and he screams. And then the game over
Oh.
screen was like him just lying there dead on the floor.
Oh, okay.
And that gave me nightmares. I
Really?
was like 5 or 6, and that gave me nightmares.
Wow.
I'll
It's
have
so
to
weird what
send you a
sticks
video
in
at some
kids'
point.
name. Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what caused you nightmares. And on that note, we got another voice clip.
Okay, I switched my answer because I'm still scared of this game. Blair Witch. I don't care what year it came out in. I don't care how bad the graphics are. I hate the forest, first of all, and I hate things that just creep up on me.
I can see
Never
where that
played
would
it.
be. Yeah. I've never
Never
played
played
it,
it.
but like hearing about like what Blair Witch, like the movie and all of that was, I can see how that would be terrifying.
You know what's crazy though about the Blair Witch Project, the movie? I don't know what the game's like, but in the movie there was not one jump scare.
No, not really.
No, there was not one jump scare.
It was all just psychological.
Yeah, that's all it was. Yeah, exactly. So good choice, like for psychological horror. That's a good choice, man. Any final thoughts? Any other questions we want to discuss, or are we getting ready to wrap it up here?
I think we're getting ready to wrap it up. I think we've been talking for a couple of hours now, so
I think that's awesome, and I'm so happy we got to do this. Hey, thank you so. Here, I want to give this guy a shout out.
yeah, shout out to Backup Goalie.
Yeah, thank you so
Awesome
much
name,
for listening, man. Backup goalie, you've been awesome. You've been here for quite a while now.
Yeah.
A lot of people have like left and joined, but you've been chilling out here with us the whole time. So thank you so much. Yeah, I hope you can chat with us again at some point.
Yeah.
We'll definitely
I
be doing
follow
this
him,
again in the
so-
future. Yeah, exactly. We'll be definitely doing this again in the future.
The only reason it was scary is because you had to play it on a laptop, and the laptop would record you, and if you jumped, it would get scarier, and if you had a stone face, it would just get even scarier.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Really? To
That
use
sounds
facial recognition,
terrifying.
that's interesting. That is weird. Yeah, I'm out. I don't like that.
I don't think I'd be able to. My heart wouldn't be able to take it.
Yeah, you'd probably get a heart attack. I mean, I'd probably just like shit my pants and run. Yeah, I'm out on
You
that.
shit your pants and run.
Yeah, I'm out on that.
Perfect combo.
Ew. Okay, I think we're gonna end it there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Backup Goalie, for watching. I'm gonna give you a follow, man.
Yeah,
We
I did
really,
as well.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate the conversation.
Yeah, man. We'll definitely be doing this again in the future. No timeline or anything, but keep your eyes open. We'll probably make it gaming related somehow again. Or we might change it up, who knows, but stay tuned.
Yeah.
Clocheebs, thank you so much for taking this time out of your busy day and busy life, really.
Yeah.
This was a absolute pleasure. It was really fun. I'm glad we were able
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah. I had a
And
great.
yeah, we'll do it again in the future. And thank you so much, backup goalie. I'll stick around for a second here if you have one more thing to add.
Mm-hmm.
And while we do that, we can kind of quickly brainstorm other ideas. Yeah, I don't really know what else we could talk about, like if we want to expand beyond gaming right now. That's not to say we won't or we're not willing to, but I feel like going with what we're both really comfortable with. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think it'd be fair to go into a podcast about Harry Potter and then you'll know everything, or if we went into a podcast about car stuff and I would know everything. So,
Yeah. And I'd be sitting there like, what?
like, what the heck? All right, final voice clip.
You guys, instead of doing all around gaming streams or stereos, do certain ones. So like today's horror, tomorrow's comedy games.
Ooh, that's a
Interesting
good
point.
idea.
I like that. I think focusing on different genres can kind of attract different people and get them more interested in what we have to talk about. So I think taking that advice, I think I like that advice moving forward.
Yeah.
Having these general conversations, this is great, like great to get our feet wet, but I do like the idea of getting more specific later.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
backup
definitely.
goalie, thank you for the advice. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. Um, Join us next time, and yeah, we'll hopefully have a schedule up sometime soon. But yeah,
Yeah.
stay tuned and peace out. Clocheebs, any
Yeah.
final thoughts?
No, I'm good. Just
All
thanks
right.
for being here.
Yeah, awesome, guys. Have a great night, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.
Yeah. Peace.